Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Gracia. I'm a mom of one, and on this platform I share my financial journey. Now, I am not a financial advisor. This is not what I would tell you to do. This is what I do. As I've been going over my budget, as I've been going over my expenses on a more regular basis, I realized that I do have a problem. But I wasn't in denial about that at all from the jump. I share my true income, I share my true debt, I share my true expenses, no matter how embarrassing they might be. One area in which I am very much struggling with to some extent is the eating out category. I eat out a lot because I just can't be bothered to come home and cook. And half the time, if I'm going through a very low mood, my kitchen is in shambles, and if my kitchen is in shambles, I'm not going to prepare food in. Now, one thing I pride myself off is the honesty, transparency, and openness from myself to you guys, because I know there are many people who are not in my situation, many people who are in a better situation, and many people who are thriving to be in a better situation. So I share everything with you guys. I don't keep anything out. I own up to it, even if I get critique in the comments, even when people call me out and say, oh my God, I would never take financial advice for you. Sweetheart, I don't give financial advice. I share my financial journey on this platform. Okay, so with that said, I want you guys to know that this is going to ruffle a few feathers, but at the end of the day, it's my finances. This is my financial journey. I know that I need to cut back on a lot of things, and I am working on cutting back on a lot of things. So just be gracious when it comes to me. I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not perfect. So with that being said, I hope that me sharing my journey, the new things that I intend to do, and just follow along, okay? We're not always going to be here together. We all have things we struggle with. Some people struggle with buying branded stuff. Some people have struggled with alcoholism, with narcotics, with gambling, whatever it is. We're not here to judge. None of us are perfect. I feel like when people come on this platform and they're honest, transparent, and open with you, that you need to just take that for what it is. And remember that people make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm human just like you, okay? I make my mistake. As Beyonce say, if you only knew, I don't think you should believe me the way that you do. 'Cause I'm terrified, I can't sing, to let you down. All right, let's get into the video. Bye. All right, guys, so you've heard my little intro, and like always, I don't mean to be rude, but I've just got to say what I've got to say, get it off my chest, right? Because I know what some of you are like. Some of you like to judge, critique, do all this stuff, act like your life is perfect. And if you're perfect, well, glory to God for you. But anyway, I'm going to be starting with my expense tracking. So what I'm going to be doing in this video, I'm going to be doing my expense tracker, and then I'm going to be flipping over a couple pages, and then I'm going to be closing out March monthly budget. Now, this is going to be a bit of a, I don't have any words to explain what it's going to be. It's just going to be one of them ones where it's going to make sense maybe in 6 months or a year. It will make sense somewhere along that sort of time frame. But for right now, this is where we're at. Like I said in that intro, I've done a lot of eating out because that is just easier for me. I don't want to do nothing in my kitchen. Sorry, I'm speaking in dialect. I don't want to do anything in my kitchen. And this is, let me just, okay, first of all, before I get into the video, let me just like put this disclaimer. I'm not justifying anything. I mean, I come on here with my guard up, and sometimes I come on here very defensive because I know what some people are like. And if you're a content creator who makes budgeting videos, you probably get the aggro, you get the grief, you get the judgment from people who act as if they know everything, or who act as if your budgeting journey should reflect someone else's. And I'm going to say this right now. My name's Gracia. My budget is going to be my budget. Budgeting is basically setting money aside for certain categories, right? And being able to stick to that budget. There are times when you're not going to stick to that budget. Look at billionaires, millionaires, big companies, corporations. Sometimes they go over the budget, okay? And I'm here to say I'm over my budget, but it's going to make sense. Listen, I'm going to speak to you a lot like you're my friends, because I feel like you lot are my friends, you're my family. Do you know what I mean? And I do have the little odd sprinkle of evil dwellers amongst us. and that's just the best word I could use to describe those lots. But I want to be honest and transparent, and that's all I've been on this platform from 2017 to 2023. I don't know how many years that is. Let me calculate that. 6 years, right? I've been nothing but honest, nothing but transparent, nothing but truthful, whatever you want to put in there. That's what I've been. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying this is how you do your budget. This is what I do. This is what works for Gracia. This is what works for me. I work, okay? I still come home and I have a second job being a mom. Like I said, I'm not justifying myself, but I'm being absolutely transparent with you guys. Come and know how some of you stay. Some of you like come and comment and say, oh, I would never take budgeting advice from you and rate. And I'm repeating this because I'm a person of purpose. I'm a person of substance. Yeah. I feel like I have to just say it. Because sometimes you lot be commenting some things. And I be thinking, what bridge do you live under? Like, what world do you live in? Where don't get me wrong. I know there are people out there doing their little budgeting system and they're perfect. And listen, mine not perfect. Nothing but me perfect. I am perfectly imperfect and I'm thankful for that. I have my struggles, right? I have my struggles. But let me tell you something. Give me credit. My rent's always paid on time. Give me credit. I'm paying down my debts on a single low income. And if you want to know what I mean by low, as of today, the 28th of March, my yearly salary is 9 grand. That's what I make in a year. I do get support from the government via the means of child benefits, child tax credits, and working tax credits. I've been absolutely honest and open about that, okay? So me don't want nobody to come on here and tell me that my numbers are fake, that I am lying. I remember people saying to me, there is no way your petrol could be £75. Watch me pussy clat today. All right. And I'm bringing up my Caribbean side because I know enough times people might think I'm being enough and I'm being extra and I'm being all up my backside with things. But I'm going to defend myself. I see too many people in this community. They're getting put off. They're getting slandered. All sorts of things because you lot are brutal. And I'm not nobody that you're going to bully online. Don't bully me. If you don't like the way I talk, if you feel like I'm aggressive, right? If you feel like my vibe is not matching with your line in life, don't watch my content. Period. All right? Me have to just get that off my chest because we're approaching the end of times right now. And I feel like people just have too much to say. Too much to say, right? Congratulate people on their journey. Say, well done for paying off £600 worth of debt. Well done for paying off 2.5 grand of debt within the space of 2 months. Congratulate people. Stop focusing on the negative attributes of their financial journey. I mean, I can know if that's the right word, but whatever. We're not in literature. But focus on the positives surrounding things, okay? I make less than the average household. And I'm able to pay debt. I'm able to save. I'm able to keep a roof over our heads. I'm able to put food in our belly, whether it's home cooked or takeout. Quit judging people. If you don't have nothing good to say, my mother always said don't say nothing. All right, me done talk for how much minutes now? Let's get into it. So I'm going to be using my highlighter system. I have about 10 here. And I'm going to be highlighting it through. I'm not going to explain nothing. You know the system. The green means that I've eaten out on that particular day or days. And it's something that I do. It's my guilty pleasure. I mean, I will crucify myself for it because I could out there African gamble or out there sniff coke. Okay? And I'm not doing that. If me want to eat and get fat, me go eat and get fat. All right? Cool. Let's move along. Oh, Jesus, that feels good. We're going to go in with this highlighter first. And I'm going to be highlighting all of the eating out categories, which is going to be a lot. Now, if you suffer with heart failure and I try to be funny, don't watch this because you're going to be truly disappointed. Because me eat out plenty. Me eat out plenty. I'm going to regret it. All right, come, let's go. All right, so McDonald's. All right, KFC. Oh, me feel good talking about that. I feel so good. Like, I don't like bullies, you know. I don't like online bullies in any way, shape, or form. I don't like it. I don't like when people be coming, you know, give your advice, give constructive criticism, you know, but don't be telling people, oh, you're bad at budgeting or you're doing this. You don't know. You don't know if I'm on the brink of a nervous breakdown. You don't know what I'm suffering with mentally. You don't know my challenges in life. You don't know that. And this is not to make an excuse. You don't know. That's the truth behind it. So we could all be a little bit, you know. Anywho, let's keep going. So I hope you guys are good though. The true supporters who understand, and, you know, I hope you guys are good. But the ones who have their finger ready to be writing negative ones, go and pray to Jesus. Pray to Jesus, pray to Allah, whoever your God is. Pray to them first and ask them what would they do. And I think once you find that out, then you could come back and judge, right? So yeah, I just had to say that. I really had that on my chest to say. I really did. Because I feel like I watch so many people. They're so broken and they're so like, oh my God, I did this and I did that. And I feel like I've disappointed you. You're human, baby. You are human. Nothing's perfect. 3 years ago, and we're still going through it. We were hit with a pandemic. And many of us are struggling mentally. Many of us. And we want to hide it. We want to hide our mental struggles to put on for social media that we're fine. It's okay if we're not fine. It's okay. It's okay if we're not fine. Do you understand me? It's so okay if you're not fine. I'm not going to judge you. And I'm sure there's other people who watch me who aren't going to judge you either, sweetheart. Or who watch your content. They're not going to judge you. So don't ever feel like you're less of a person just because your budget does not mimic someone else's. The operative word, your budget. It's your budget, okay? So don't feel like you're less of a person. Your journey is your journey. I'm sick and tired of this, you know, this black and white approach of doing budgeting. Oh, you know, you need to stick to. No, I don't. No, I don't. If I'm having a crappy day and I feel like I'm gonna get coffee from Starbucks, because having the coffee from Starbucks means I'm not gonna reach out to a toxic person, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my therapy. £1.99, £2, £3. You know what I mean? Don't come for me. No, I'm sorry. Don't come for me. All right, so we've got transportation, which is our, I'm trying to work these colors out. They're a bit hard. I think it's this color here, transportation. All right, we have 265 up here. Let me tell you, when you mess up your budget, this is going to be such an informal video. It's going to be so chatty as well until we get through this whole expense tracker. When you mess up your budget, just start again. Don't sit down and cry and just keep going downhill. Start again. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. If you've got to spend and it triggers your spending, as long as you're not undoing all the work that you have done. Let me say that again. As long as you're not undoing all the work that you have done, have your little moment. All right? Have your little moment. Nothing is wrong with having your little moment. I feel like too much people put on that they're perfect and they're this. No, nobody's perfect. Jesus Christ was the only perfect person, and look what you did to him. You lot crucified him, did you not? I don't have a color for entertainment, so I don't know. We're just going with this one here. So this is our Amazon Prime. Listen, honestly, I'm truly thankful for the supportive people and the people who have been giving me so much advice. Good advice, constructive criticism here and there. But most importantly, I've been giving encouraging advice and words of wisdom. Like this month, there's been so many debts, you know, like that I know of, like close debts. And you have to spend money because you can't put money aside and say, okay, somebody's going to die tomorrow. You don't know when people are going to die. You know what I mean? It's not something you're prepared for. Death is inevitable. It's the only thing that we're guaranteed here on this earth, death. Do you know what I mean? And we had a couple of debts, and you know, I had to go out there and spend money within the eating out category. you know, it looks a lot, it is a lot, but it wasn't just for me, you know. I mean, I had to do things to make sure that people were taken care of, and I'm not going to go and mention the people, and you know, I don't have time for that. Me just feel like, say, when you see somebody budget, even though it's a bit like, wow, just allow it, you know what I mean? Just allow it, give the praises, highlight the positive things. You don't know where that person headspace is, and I know I'm being repetitive because I have to make sure that it sticks in people's head. These are sensitive times. Many of us are losing families, loved ones, close friends. We are losing them left, right, and center. Almost every other day, somebody die that I know. You know, I mean, you don't know what people are going through. Sit down, sweetheart. Sit down and speak to Jesus, okay? Speak to Jesus of Nazareth, darling. Sit down and speak to him. He has all the answers. And he's able to, you know, give you that soundness that you're looking for. He's able to give that to you. Okay, me don't ramble for now. Me just feel like me gonna get with the rambling, because me just feel like I'm tied down. I feel like I'm, you know, like I've got to be, I don't know. Anyway, let's move along. I'm not gonna even edit this out. I'm just gonna put this video up as it is. If it's an hour long, it's an hour long. I'm not even going to edit it out, because that's just truly how I feel. Now, the post office, I had to do a cash withdrawal there. I'm going to put it with the orange highlighter, which sort of signifies other. This was an unexpected thing too, you know what I mean? But it's done, baby. And I know that all my deeds are good deeds, and I know that I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, and I do things even if I don't have it, okay, out of the love that I have within me. I don't have time to be, you know, sitting down and saying, well, I spent £10 at McDonald's because my friend Sherry, she needed to eat and I could. No, not everything I need to fully, you know, highlight. Look, we've got another cash withdrawal here, 30. So, okay, now, this is where I'm going to explain to you guys what's happening here. So, you lot know that my rent is in arrears. My rent was 2 weeks in arrears, and I basically owed 1 week on my rent. Seeing my rent in red was kind of getting to me. I know I have a leg to stand on if my rent isn't paid, because my premises isn't really fit to be living in. So, you know, if they wanted to take me to court, I know I will have a leg to stand on, because I've got proof, I've got everything that I need to have. I get me tax credits and stuff. I get that every 4 weeks. The same way I get paid every 4 weeks. So I took money from that to cover my rent. So in April's budget, I'm going to be a bit behind. So I'll be using like May's money to do that. That's why I said to you guys earlier, it's going to sort itself out within 6 to 12 months. I don't mind. I have a vision and I know that it's going to work, because I already worked it out previously to see if it's going to work. So it's going to work. It just means that certain things are going to be limited and certain things aren't going to be limited. And also, everything's going up. I don't know which part of the world you're living in, but everything's going up. Everything's skyrocketed, okay? Like tripled, quadrupled. Everything's gone up. My rent's gone up. My rent is now £106, I think. £106 and some change, right? Council tax gone up for everyone. Everything's going up except the wages. And even when the wages are going up, I was watching this video yesterday and it made so much sense. Like, a lot of companies are putting up your pay increase by the inflation rate. So if inflation is at 9%, they're increasing your pay by 9%. But any good company should be increasing your pay by 15 to 20%, so that you are covered for the inflation rate, and you are also given a gratuity bonus, aka a little, you know, extra 11% for the hard work you do as a human being. But that don't happen for many of us. Okay, it really doesn't happen for many of us, but I do know some people who work in certain companies get that. They get like a 15% increase or whatever. So you're still getting your 9% if you calculate it, and then you're getting your little additional 6%. No, me can't count. Yeah, 6%, don't. Yeah, 6% on top of that for your personal thing. But not many of us are in that. So a lot of the times when people are like, you know, get a new job, listen, people are firing people left, right, and center. I am content in my job, not complacent. I have got room to grow in my job, and I've got a good pension package and all that. And if you don't know, I'm getting up there in age. I'm not young. I'm not in my 20s, so I'm not gonna be making crappy decisions that's gonna come back and bite me in my backside. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, but if your company pays you a good raise, stick with that company, babes. Stick with that company, trust me. You'll have no regrets. Right. Alright, let me see. What color is Kaylan and other is orange. You could only get better. You can't get worse, you know what I'm saying? You have to go to the roughness, forget better. Alright, I think I've got everything color coordinated. I just want to say this is going to go over my entire income, but we're not worried about that, because let me tell you what I'm happy about. I did not get into debt. I did not use any credit card on any of these, so I'm fine. I used cash that was at my disposal, even if it was stepping into April's budget, so I'm fine with that. I'm not saying you do this. That's what I did. So we're going to be adding up this bit here, putting the amount, and then we're going to add up the back bit, and then totally up. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to add everything up off camera. Yeah, I was ranting earlier, but like I said, it needed to be said. So let me just get into this bit. So on this page, we've spent a total of £663.93, and then on the back page we've spent a total of £163.26. So what I'm going to do, all of my highlighted bits, I'm going to add them up, and then they're going to go into their necessary categories. I'm going to start off with groceries first. So I'm going to be using these pages, and I'm going to be flipping back to and fro on it. So let's get into the groceries. Now, we did do excellently on our grocery budget, I must say that myself. Despite the other expenses, I did amazing on my groceries, and I did do like a 1-week series of cooking for £10 or less on a budget, and it did really, really well. So, you know, it is possible. Anywho, so for groceries, we're going to start here. So groceries is yellow, guys, and Kaylan's that color. You know, everything has a key. But yeah, okay, let's get into it quickly. Right, 46.74 plus 8.17 plus 14.65 plus 4.65. So we budgeted £75 for our groceries. We spent a total of £74.21. So that's good. Round of applause. We already filled it in there. Okay, Kaylan, we budgeted £50. Let's see how much we spent. I think we've got one at the back here. So let's start here. So we've got 6.44 plus plus 8.08 plus 22.07 plus 6.05. So 42.64 is what we actually spent. And you know what? I think it will be fun to kind of show you the envelope, because we don't have the physical cash, if you know what I mean. You know, I do digital budgeting. So if we subtract that from 50, he should have 736 in his pot. So let's get into our hyper jar. Scroll down to Kaylan, and as you could see, we've got some sensitive information on there, but as you could see, Kaylan's jar has 736 remaining. So we did really good on that. The next one we are going to do is personal. So our personal had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I highlighted some of these with the same color thing. But anywho, so personal, we're gonna go 129 plus 155, and these are debts, guys. 209, 146, 34.33, and these two here, 32.70 and 38.32. So we spent around 745 on that. So I'm gonna have to go to and from. So IK we already filled in. Tesco's we budgeted 30 and we actually spent 32.70 because I wanted it to be a whole number, so I just put an extra 270. Capital One we paid 155.40. We've paid that off in full. We don't owe on that credit card anymore. Vanquish I budgeted 30 and we paid 38.32. Please remember, Capital One, Vanquish, and the Tesco cards, those were all balance transfer credit cards because I was up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, to say the least. So that's what I did. We budgeted 129 and that's what we paid. And then NatWest credit card, we budgeted 209.79 and 209.79 is what we paid, right? So our actual down here, this would need to be changed. Oh no, that I'm lying. No, no, that's fine. But how am I going to get my totals? I'm going to have to add up all the actual category. Oh my God. This is what happens when you don't stick to the budget as you should. But we'll figure it out. We're going to get there. So that's done. Next thing, we're going to go in transportation. Now, I remember someone commenting and saying there is no way you are going to travel for £75. And I sure did. I sure did. So 4104 plus £2.65 plus 27.80. That's 71.49, and we budgeted what, 75. So we're going to go into the petrol folder, if I could find it. Not folder, envelope. I don't think I could find it. So we should have 631, right? So let's put our 71.49. That's what we paid. 7149, and you subtract that from 75, and it says 351. It says £3.51, right? But we have £6.31. I don't know. Don't ask me. I think, did I have? I don't know. This is what we've got. It says petrol 631. I don't know. Something's not adding up. Maybe I've not added something properly. Let's see. Let's see. $265 plus. Oh no, I'm not supposed to add that in. Maybe it's this. Hold on. This video is going to go down in the record as the longest video I've ever uploaded on this channel. 41.04. 68.84 from 75. That's what it is. No, but it's still a bit off. I'm getting, it doesn't matter. Listen, we're on the budget, okay? We are on the budget. That's what we did. That's just that. I'm not going to sit here trying to break my brain we're under budget, so that's all that matters. Because I can't see where the other 27.80, 71.49 is what I got. So we're going to just leave it at that. Rent, we budgeted, how much did we budget for rent? We budgeted, we budgeted 380 and we paid 380. So that's fine. Now we've got the other category. I'm going to leave that to the end because there's quite a few of those. I don't even know how I'm going to add this up. Right. Our savings is 100. Let's just do the ones that we are completed. So the phone is 38.80. Let me try to do this quicker because then we'll be here all night. And ain't nobody got time to be here all night. Right, 38.18. 38.18. And dentist 22.90. Amazon Prime 4.49. Entertainment. School fees, we budgeted 23 and we paid 21. And then I think miscellaneous, we budgeted 60. But I'm pretty sure the miscellaneous goes under this actual other. Listen guys, I don't know where I am with this miscellaneous thing. But the main bits have been filled in. Actually, tell a lie, I'm lying, hold on. Gas, we budgeted 150 and it was 49.44. And the reason this one was so low is because it was basically, I think from the 19th, I don't even remember, from the 19th of February until the 25th of February or something. So it was a very short spin, but I've already spent like £50 within that short spin, isn't it? But this is, it's just, it's gone up. Water, 36.79. Mobile phone, 24.69. And bank account fee, £2. Internet, nil. Okay, so that's right. Ignore the LO. I just put those, you know, to know where my budget is, because then it wouldn't make sense for these bits, but just ignore those. I know I ignore them in regards to when I'm doing my budget, because I'll have to add up the actual amounts. That's what matters. So I think that's it for everything. And then now I've got to go and add the other bits. I'm going to just add up the bits that I take out, because I feel like that needs to be highlighted separately. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a category here that says eating out. I need to be able to look at what I've spent and know that it needs to, not me. I think, no, I've only got 2 boxes here. So I'm going to put it, let's put it up in personal, right? So I'm going to put eating out. Now we didn't budget anything and we're getting 159.14. I'm going to add that again just to make sure that it's right, what we've actually spent. So if I need to put money aside for the future, then I could have a rough idea as to how much. Okay, so 159.14 is correct. I'm going to go down with these bits now, the other bits that say other, right? So these ones are stuff like you need in the house, like soap powder, comfort, you know. This says work bag. I needed to get a new work bag because of my back. Listen, it's just a whole lot. So I'm going to add these up and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to add up the bits in orange and then I'm going to come back because my battery is running out. All right, guys, so I've added up all the orange bits, and that's gonna be 172.59. So I'm gonna put it under the miscellaneous. Remember, we gave that category 60, so I'm gonna just put it there. 172.59, and then we have got rent. Remember, we paid additional rent here of 285, so I'm going to put that in other. Right, okay, so now I think I've added everything in. I want to make sure that my numbers are correct, because I do have to do a quarterly expense tracking check-in, but it might be every 4 months. I don't know, I'll see, because I might be able to do it for the quarter, but I don't know. Anyway, let's see if everything's in. Everything's accounted for. It looks like that. Okay, so then this makes it easier to add. So we've only got two pages and a couple lines, 2 full pages and a couple lines. So I'm going to add everything up, and we're going to see how much we have spent. So my income amount is still going to remain at £2,119.22, because that's the correct amount of what it was. The reason I don't really want to change it is because what I've overspent, what I've gone over by, I don't want to put it here, because if I feel within myself it's going to justify me spending this, I don't want it to be here. I want it to stick out as a sore thumb to me, to know, like, girl, this is the amount you budgeted, this is what your actual was, blah de blah. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add up the totals in green first, and I'm going to put the total budgeted, then I'm going to add up the actual and put that in there, and then I'm going to put the difference. Does that make sense? Our total budgeted was £1,936.93. Okay, that's what we budgeted. So I'm going to subtract this amount from the 211.19.22, and that gave us the 182 that was left over. I did not allocate this to a category intentionally, not because I had any sort of aspiration of spending that money. This money was going to go for something else, but here we are today. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add up all of my actuals. So all of my actuals, so these categories, I'm going to add them all up, and we're going to put our total actual. In total, we've spent £2,415.46, and we only brought in 211. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over these numbers, because I've just got this paranoia, guys. Honestly, I need to make sure that it's right. Okay, guys, so after checking this like twice, we've got £2,415.46, so that's correct. £2,119.22, so I'm going to subtract it from that, right? And that's going to give us our difference. Now, if you do it from this way, it's going to be different, but we're using this number because this is what we had. This is our actual income for March, okay? So I've just put the total budgeted here because that's what we actually budgeted. Do you get what I mean? I didn't add this in. Maybe I should have added that in just to make it easier. Should I do that? It would probably be easier, innit? I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's go. 211 9.22. So we were $296 over budget. Is that right? That's a bit low. I mean, not that I want it to be high, but I mean, that's a bit low. Right? I thought it was more. Hold on. You know what? Let me just put it here because I know I'll come back in a year and then I won't remember. My memory wouldn't be what it used to be. So let me just change it to what the actual is. So it's 211.9.22. Right? And then our actual spend was 2415.46. So we were over by 296. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be over by like 500 quid. I kid you not. So I'm not gonna lie, we are over, but we are not over in the sense of owing anyone. This is not on credit card. This is not on anything. This is out of my money that would come in for April, if that makes sense. So the April's money that comes in March, that's what I used. I don't know if that makes sense. So basically, the money that's going to be in April, I'm going to be using that to pay for other things that's coming up. You're going to see what I mean. Because basically, I need to explain it. I feel like I'm over explaining it, but I need to explain it so you understand. You get paid in arrears, right? So basically, when you're getting tax credit or child benefit, whatever it is, they pay you 4 weeks in arrears. Does that make sense? So I'll get my money for April. I'll get that in March. That's how it works. I'm confusing you. I'm confusing myself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be borrowing from myself instead of using my credit card. And it's going to be for a good purpose. You're going to see. I'm not going to tell you everything. You've got to watch the channel to see how we're elevating and we're growing. And you lot know I don't just talk. But I need to say, right, before I wrap this up, this is everything, guys. I need to say, right, let me put this in, I'm proud of myself, you know. I've got to call my sister and give her the good news. Because I'm not going to lie, I was sweating. I was like, oh, but I thought this was going to be higher. So I'm not at all worried. Obviously, we didn't want this to be here, but it is here. But like I said, look, we have paid extra rent, right? And up in this category, we have blessed others. Okay, so we're not going to complain. God is good, God is great. Provisions are made often at times so you could provide for others. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's your time, your finances, whatever it is. So we're not going to lament on that. I want to add up how much debt we've paid this month because I feel like it's been a lot. So let's say 75 plus 38.18 plus 98.46 plus 34.33 plus 146 plus 32.70 plus 155.40 plus 38.32 plus 129 plus 209. Rated, we've paid £956.39 to debt. Big up myself, big up me, big up you, big up Inger, who suggested me paying off the smaller debts first, because without that guidance I would have put the money towards these debt and then these would have still been lingering. So I need to give my little Norwegian darling props for this and for everyone who has supported the decision. Thank you guys. £956.39 was paid to that. So you see this money here is it's small money. So big up yourself. Same way, subscribe to the channel. I know this video was long, but I hope you made it to the end. If you made it to the end, put the dancing emoji. If you're a male, you could put the male one. If you're a female, put the lady in the red dress. Alright, so me know that you reached the end. Thank you for your love and support. And I hope my video not rub you the wrong way. Stay tuned because we're doing bigger and better things months ahead. Alright, peace and love. Bye.